Hello folks, you've reached the Desert Adventures YouTube channel, and today we're going to be going over the XPro Storm 150 DLX, available on the Jungle site, also known as Amazon, and plenty of other online retailers. This dirt bike retails for $1,000 or so, plus $400 shipping. So realistically you end up with a street legal dirt bike, depending on the state you live in, all for $1,400, which you really can't beat. 8 days after ordering the bike, it arrived from XPro USA's warehouse in California, here in Arizona, and that was including a holiday weekend, Thanksgiving, so quite impressive. The bike seems to be packaged well, and the shipping company treated it well on its way over. One thing I'd like to point out is just how well packaged they created the bike. For the price of the bike, you really can't beat it. I've seen a lot of stuff come crated up and it's already damaged. After a couple hours of work, taking my time, got the bike all put together, and here she sits, all assembled. Mike Festiva mentioned to blue Loctite every single thing in the bike. I highly recommend doing that as well. These bikes do not come with all the bolts torqued, so it's a great idea to retorque and Loctite everything. Alright, let's talk about ergonomics a touch. As far as height goes, I'm 5'8" and I have a 32-inch inseam, and I am just about able to fit flat-footed, almost flat-footed on this bike. Good for enduro riding height for a guy my size. However, I've got gargantuan feet, size 12, and this brake is a little close to the peg. Even when I'm riding on the ball of my peg, I gotta watch out for that brake. Just something I can either modify or lengthen. Shifter seems to be okay, but the brake, it just seems a bit close to the peg. But the real question is, how does it ride? So, here we are, we're in a sand wash. We're still breaking it in, so I'm not trying to beat on it. But overall, I'd say that the bike rides quite well. I'm at 3,000 feet elevation, and the car is running okay at this elevation. I'm sure it would be quite lean down at sea level. In the future videos, we'll be comparing how it does with an aftermarket carburetor that's actually adjustable. The stock carb you cannot adjust, so that's a bummer. But overall, it runs pretty well for a non-adjustable carburetor. It is just a 150, so as long as you're not expecting it to be some 450 and you know what you're on, I'd say you'll be pleasantly surprised. Suspension is decent. I would say it's just as good as any suspension, or better than the suspension on an XR 150L. Gearing on the bike is a bit short, so we will be doing a video on putting a 16-tooth front sprocket on the bike instead of the stock 14-tooth. Also while documenting the differences to show the top speed difference. That'll be after we break this motor in and get the first oil change out of the way as well. No reason to beat on it any worse than I already am in this video. And as mentioned previously in the video, I will be doing a video in the future testing out a 30mm carb with an accelerator pump. And I'll also be putting an FMF muffler from a TTR 125 on there. All things to see the difference and how well you can make a $1,400 dirt bike do. We're even going to race it in enduros and hare scrambles just to see how well it holds up in that. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like the video. Maybe tell a friend about it. And come back and watch some more videos in the future to see how well we can make this Chinese dirt bike run and what other projects we can come up with. If there's any ideas you'd like to see, please let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.